What's going on, everybody? Back some more NBA player props. Get to 120 tonight in the NBA streets. Have not been able to get a video out since Monday, where we did have two more 10Xs over in the VIP streets. This is the ticket that I gave out for free on the video. That went 5 out of 6, unfortunately, so we got one wrong. But if you're new to the channel, going to be coming on, breaking down plays, giving you free actual plays that I'm playing, actual plays that I'm backing, actual plays that I'm sending over to my VIP members. This is actually, I gave you the Wemby fantasy. So you can see these were the three. They all missed by one. But I gave you these same plays. I just gave you the Wemby fantasy, which I believe was this first ticket. Yeah, so I had three different variations of this due to bumps, etc. The Wemby prop, he had good value on his fantasy, his points and assists, and his points and rebounds prop. So that was three different sweeps that we missed by one. But the next two that I placed right after I shared that video, that ticket with you for free, were these two. We were able to cash in. Embiid left the game early, so he ended up being a void as one of the last picks here in this leg. But you can see 5-5-5, green, green, green. So two more sweeps on that video. That day, I should say, that NBA slate. And looking to keep it going here today, guys. If you don't have the Betr app, you are going to need it to tail every single one of these plays. And if you have not signed up for my VIP package, you can get access to every single one of my plays as soon as I place them. This is a really good hit rate, guys. Like, this is going to make you an absurd amount of money long term when you're playing optimally in these long-term profit ticket types like a 6-pick flex that I talk about, right? So I bring up this chart all the time for Prizepicks. Betr Picks, it's a similar concept here. We're playing all 5- and 6-pick flexes, right? I got to update this graphic so it doesn't say 100% deposit match because that offer is different on Prizepicks, so apologies for that. But anywho, if you are playing all 5- and 6-pick flexes on Prizepicks, it's a similar thing as Betr Picks, right? And you're hitting your picks at a 55% hit rate or higher, you're going to see the return on investment you're getting. So if you just look up like a return on investment calculator on the internet, if you're getting your picks right 60% or better in 5- or 6-pick flexes on Prizepicks, you're getting like an absurd amount of a return on investment. You ain't going to be making 43% oftentimes like in the stock market kind of thing, return on investment on many investment vehicles. So this chart does a great job of breaking down like the percentage of picks you have to hit to profit a certain amount. And like as you can see, things didn't go perfectly. So I missed by one on multiple of these. But if I'm hitting my picks at that high of a hit rate, like I'm going to make a lot of money long term. So that's what this content's about. That's what this channel is about. If you have not signed up for my VIP package, you can get access to every single one of these plays as soon as I place them. I'm going to be sharing with you guys this ticket here for free on the channel today. It's going to be on Betr Picks. This is it, the latest that I place. VIP package will be linked below. It is on Patreon. It is only $1.66 a day. I'll have that linked as the top comment. And if you do not have the Betr Picks app, you will need it to tail all these plays because that's where I'm going to be locking in on. They will give you a nice deposit match. These will apply to other apps such as Prizepicks as well, who once again will hook you up with a nice deal. If you have all these apps, you should be able to hunt around, get some really good value, get some good deposit match offers, right? Get some free money in your account. So Prizepicks, they're going to give you $50 when you play your first $5 instantly if you have not taken advantage of that offer. And then also Underdog Fantasy, if you don't have them, guys, they're going to give you a nice deposit match, deposit bonus all the way up to $1,000. I will have all of those linked down below. So hopefully you can hunt around, find the best value on these apps. And being able to get every single one of these plays is the hope, right? But I know for a fact Betr Picks is going to have them because that's what we're locking in here today. So let's go ahead and break it down, right? I lock these in myself and I send them over to my VIP members. This content's going to be breaking down the exact process as to what goes into all. It's the same process of all these. So if things don't go, well tonight, whatever the case may be, like I said, you can go back. It's all public. It's all public, and you're going to see where I broke down this play that I gave out for free. A full breakdown. Every single one of these, I give my full reasoning, and you see the results. So, I don't think there's a better way to show you that I know what I'm talking about than to give you the actual VIP plays, break down the process, and you can see the results for themselves. And I don't think people understand how hard it is to hit your picks at that high of a rate. Like, whatever, not to hype myself up. It's just, not everyone can do that. It's very difficult. I've put a lot of time into learning how to be able to do that. So I want to help you. Let's go. Let's talk about it. Alperen Sengun under 15.5 rebounds and assists will be the first prop. Here, once again, I do have this locked into my own account, right? So let's go ahead and bring it up. It's the latest ticket that I placed. and I send it over there immediately. So here's what we got. We got the Sengun under 15.5 rebounds and assist prop. Why is this a good play? I use multiple tools every single day to find the very best plays on these apps, guys. If you are not familiar, one of which is going to be the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer. I do have it pulled up here. If you do not have this tool, would highly recommend you check them out. 25% off with the promo code KJKDFS. My link down below, guys. This is a tool that I'm using to find value every single day. Tool that I was using to find a lot of those plays that you saw me bring up on the screen earlier. That was all green, right? Alperen Sengun under 15.5 rebounds and assists. I do have the Underdog Fantasy Optimizer pulled in here. I also do have them pulled into the Betr Picks Optimizer. It appears that they're bringing in more data for Underdog Fantasy. So I'm just going to bring up this just to show you, you can get this on Underdog as well. I talk about this all the time. Use all your apps. You're going to see a 53.21% chance to hit on the under. Why is that? Because Daily Grind brings in millions of dollars of sportsbook data every single day into an optimizer. If you do not know what this data means, for instance, he's aggressively favored on the under on Bovada at -145. This means if you were to log into Bovada Sportsbook, multi-million-dollar sportsbook, right? You're going to have to risk $145 to win $100 to take the under 15.5 rebounds and assists. And they do this based upon the likelihood of this prop hitting, right? So they're going to make you risk more than you're going to win to take the under. If you were to take the over, you're going to win more than you risked. You risk $100 and win $145, for instance, because you're less likely to win, but they're going to pay you out more money than you risk. So hopefully that makes sense. So we can use this data, this multi-million-dollar data, to find the very best plays on these apps, because no matter what we take for a prop on Betr Picks, for instance, this is my university tab on my Discord, we're getting -121 implied odds in a 6-pick dynamic play, which is the exact type of ticket that I have pulled up here, right? The exact type of ticket I'm playing oftentimes. If we get 4 to 6 or better, we're going to profit. So they have me capped to $50 per play now, which sucks, but it is what it is. I used to be able to put $250. So now, if I get 4 to 6 or better, I'm going to profit. You can see the payouts, 1.05x, 1.25x, and 20x. Obviously, we want the full 20x, but we're playing for long-term profit. That's what I teach on this channel. That's what I teach in my Discord. As long as we're consistently getting 4 to 6 or better, for the most part, we're going to be making a lot of money long-term. So that's our goal, right? And keep in mind, we are getting -121. So it's the same exact thing that we need to happen. We need Sengun to go under 15.5 rebounds and assists. We're just getting way better odds on an app like Betr Picks at -121 and then -145. We're having the risk here. You can see -130, -132, -142. All of these different sports books are aggressively favoring his under 15.5 rebounds and assists. We can use this data to find very good plays on these apps. And this is the data that I'm using every single day to find those plays that had greened out. You saw me bring up at the beginning. And the same process I'm using, to lock in this ticket here today. So the Sengun under 15.5 rebounds and assists is the first one. Another tool that I'm using, guys, if you are not familiar, I went ahead and partnered up with these guys to give you guys a 7-day completely free trial. Just use my link down below, and it will bring in that same data that I just discussed in that last tool, that multi-million-dollar sportsbook data, to go along with a bunch of different underlying metrics, right? So I like to sort this by implied probability. This is that same exact concept I brought in with that previous tool, right, with the millions of dollars of sportsbook data. They're giving this a 55% chance to hit on the under. There's also bright green, 5th in the entire league. The reason this is bright green, guys, outlier is going to highlight it as green for a good matchup on the prop you're taking, or red for a bad matchup. So since we're taking the under, Minnesota is really good defensively versus, as far as like not giving up rebounds and assists, right? So they're going to highlight that bright green because we have the under selector saying this is a good matchup for the prop you're selecting, right? You can see Alperen Sengun is a center versus the center position. They're 6th in the entire league, only giving 11.2 rebounds, 19th in assists allowed. Overall, really, really good. They're top 4 in assists allowed and top 8 in rebounds allowed. So the Minnesota Timberwolves have a very good defensive team. They're loaded down low with a defensive talent in Rudy Gobert. They got Julius Randle, et cetera, et cetera. Not that Randle's the best defender in the world, but you got McDaniels, who's a very good defender. This team's built out very good defensively. It's all reflected in their statistics, right? They do break down very well as far as limiting their opponents in rebounds and assists. The market knows all this stuff. Once again, favored on the under on all of these different markets, so we do want to be taking advantage of that for play number 1. And then lastly, Prizepicks is a great data point to be using because Prizepicks is very good at what they do. You can see Prizepicks has him bumped down to 15 even. The reason that Prizepicks brings him down is because they're telling us it's too likely to hit, right? The 15.5 number, it's too likely to hit. We need to move that down so we don't get beat too bad by our users, right? That 0.5 edge we're getting on Betr Picks compared to Prizepicks is a really big deal. So next plays, we got the Jaden McDaniels over 8.5 points. This was available on Prizepicks prior to recording. Let's see if he's still available here. If you can get these plays on Prizepicks, so you can see they moved him up to 9.5. Another example, the play was too good, so I'm getting this at 8.5. I would not play this at 9.5. The edge is taken away in the 9.5 number. I talk about this all the time, and people that just don't want to learn kind of laugh. It's like, it's 1 point, what's the big deal? Long term, it's a really big deal. You're going to be burning your money long term. Like, you need to get the very best possible edge you can get. We're getting all of these props at a better line here as we move along. We're getting all these props with an edge, and I'll explain exactly why throughout the content, right? That's what's going to make you win money long term. You need the edge. So McDaniels, you can see, he's at 9.5. I really hate bringing up these plays because I think people just don't listen to my content and play them anyways at the numbers. Like, for instance, the Sangoon highlighted. But for the sake of the people that are listening, that are learning, I'll bring them up side by side here. You're just going to see the difference in value, right? So we're getting the 8.5 and the 15.5 on the under, an entire point discount on the points for McDaniels, and an entire 0.5 rebound and assist discount on the Sangoon. It's a very big deal. The numbers that I'm bringing up on the screen on these tools that are displaying the edge you're getting, right? If you're someone that's just listening to this content and going kind of like, well, what's the big deal? It's 1 point. You're essentially openly saying, I am willing to give myself a lesser chance of winning money. I'm willing to give myself more of a chance of burning my money. We have a 53.21% chance to hit the under 15.5, right? That's where the edge is. That's how you're going to make money long term. That 3.2% edge is what makes money long term. So if you are someone that's settling for props, if we bring up Sangoon in the Prizepicks optimizer, you're going to see they're actually saying to take the over 15, and they're giving it a 52.36% chance to hit because Sangoon's favored on the over 14.5, and he's favored on the under 15.5. So it's like, you can't be just taking props at the lines bumped, right? He's aggressively favored on the over 14.5, and he's aggressively favored on the under 15.5. If you could get it at 14.5, I would tell you to go ahead and take the under. The 15.5, they're taking the edge out. So there's no sense in taking that prop. If you're going to take a prop on Prizepicks, I'd probably go with that under 24.5 points in assists because they haven't quite taken that edge out. Long story short. Anywho, JD McDaniels, 9.5 points. Let's go ahead and type him in here to the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer. You're going to see that under 9.5 is actually the play. Once again, it's a very big difference, that 1 point. So they're actually saying to take the under at the 9.5. I'm on the over 8.5, right? It's a whole different ballgame. And why is that? Let's go ahead and type him in. He's at 9.5 here on Underdog now as well. Let's type him into Betr. So you're seeing in real time the difference in edge, the over 8.5. Why is this a good prop? Because he's favored at minus 136 in the over on Pinnacle. He's pretty much at even money at 9.5 on FanDuel, saying it's like a coin flip. He's going to end with 9 or 10, but it's kind of a coin flip. And then we do have some plus money markets at 9.5. Minus 135 on the over at 8.5 here. So once again, the edge is on the over 8.5. Probably looking at the under 9.5. I am not backing that play, so the play that I am backing with my own money, full transparency, I bring it up, is the over 8.5. That's the prop I want. That's the prop I was able to lock in with good value, with good edge. So that's the one I want to be on here tonight. Myself, the McDaniels over 8.5. James Harden under 14.5 rebounds and assists, going to be the next prop. Let's go ahead and see if he's available here on Prizepicks for you. I would love if any of these are available on Prizepicks because then I can promote for you guys to play them. It does look like Harden is the first one that's actually available at the same line, so that makes me happy. This is a great prop. You can get on Prizepicks and Betr, right? So this is the third one in the ticket today. Why is this a good prop? Let's go ahead and bring in that underlying millions of dollars of sportsbook data that I'm using every single day, right? Let's type them into the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer. And what are we going to see here? For his rebounds and assists, it doesn't look like they're bringing in much data here on the Prizepicks Optimizer. Let's type them into the Underdog Fantasy Optimizer. And this is where you're going to see all the data that I was using. You can see he's at minus 132 on the under 14.5 rebounds and assists on FanDuel, aggressively favoring his under. Minus 135 DraftKings, minus 125 Caesars. He's all the way up to minus 145 here on Bovada. Really, really good stuff. Minus 142 parlay play, minus 135 hot streak, etc., etc. So a 52.98% chance to hit based on all of those different data points that are being brought in, the millions of dollars of sportsbook data. Once again, on the under 14.5. Are these markets saying that James Harden does not get rebounds and assists? No, they are not. They're saying he gets a lot of rebounds and assists, actually. They're saying he's going to get 14. Okay? They're very precise. So essentially, they're saying he's going to either end with 14 or 15, and he's favored on the under 14.5. So for those of you that are new to this, once again, if you're listening, you're like, this guy's crazy. All James Harden does is dish out assists. He's a point guard. Correct. They're setting the line for his production, his anticipated minutes. There's millions of dollars jumped into his minutes, his assist opportunities, his rebound opportunities, et cetera, the pace of the game, right? Obviously, if it's a faster paced game, there's going to be more up and down action. They're going to set the line up higher. These things are all accounted for. This game tonight, we're looking at a 212 over under 4.5 point spread in favor of the LA Clippers. That is a very slow game in today's NBA. You know, we're looking at a 235 over under, for instance, in this Denver Cleveland game. That's more like what you're going to see in today's modern day NBA. So this game's going to play really slow, is what they're telling us. That's what this Vegas data is telling us. That's all factored in once again. Okay. So let's go ahead and bang these next three out quick for you. We got the Zach Edey under 9.5 rebounds, Jaden Wells over 13.5 points and rebounds, and the DeJounte Murray under 14.5 rebounds and assists. Let's see if any of these are available on Prizepicks. Hopefully they are. I love to help you guys out on as many apps as possible. See, so Edey got bumped down to 9 even. Prizepicks once again indicating this is too good of a play. We have to move it down. This is why Betr Picks is so valuable. There are no pushes on Betr Picks. So they can take it off the board. They can bump the prop up and down, but they can't put it at an even line. So they can move them down to 8.5, they can move them up to 10.5, or they could just take them off. But they can't do the even number like Prizepicks does with the 9. So this is why you're able to get some really good plays on Betr Picks oftentimes that are bumped on Prizepicks or moved, because with their no push policy, you know, it could be really helpful for finding an edge. So Edey, did I copy and paste Edey's name? I hope I did. Yes, I did. Here we go. Let's bring him in here. You're going to see Prizepicks, not really much edge. Let's type him into Underdog Fantasy, Zach Edey. Doesn't look like they're listing his rebounds either as a standard prop. Then we go on over to Betr Picks. Another example. You can see his under 9.5 rebounds favored at -123 on Pinnacle, -125 on Bovada, -125 on ESPN Bet. I was actually seeing this favored even heavier in markets, to be fully transparent. Let's go ahead and bring in the live data feed. Another tool that I'm using every single day, guys, is OddsJam. If you're not familiar, once again, they're going to hook you up with a sweet deal. Use my link down below. They're going to get you 35% off my link down below. I have the rebounds pulled in. You're going to see Zach Edey. This is a live feed, so sometimes these feeds need to be updated, and you're going to see this is the real-time data. So this is what I was looking at to play this play. He's -143 on Pinnacle, known as the sharpest sportsbook in the world. This is live all the way down there. He's at 8.5, barely favored on the over at FanDuel, -128, -130 on the under on DraftKings, -129 on the under on Caesars, -140 on the under on Fanatics, right? All of these different sports books, you can see he's listed at 9 even on Vivid Picks, another DFS platform. They've gone ahead and moved him down because they're saying it's too likely he's going to hit -149 on the under on Betfair. So he's listed at 8.5 in markets, barely favored on the over, essentially saying he's a coin flip to either end with 8 or 9. The 9.5 number has some very extreme edge in the under. It's a really, really good value. You can see the average odds across the entire market. I have 217 sports books selected. On average, he's listed at 9.3 with -126 on the under. So it's leaning down towards under 9.5 rebounds, and he's still favored on the under. Even if it were listed at 9.3, obviously that's impossible. It's got to be listed at 9.5 or 8.5, but you get the point. Some really, really, really valuable data here. You're seeing millions of dollars of data on a screen right now, guys. These are multi-million, billion-dollar corporations that make money long-term by setting their lines appropriately. Prizepicks, you know, huge monopoly at this point, man. They have them listed at 9 even for a reason. That 9.5 you're getting on Betr Picks is a really good deal. Underdog Fantasy went ahead and just took them off the board. So some really, really good edge on that prop. Hopefully that makes a ton of sense. And then we got the Wells over 13.5 rebounds and assists. The DeJounte Murray under 14.5 rebounds and assists. DeJounte is still available on Prizepicks. That makes me happy. And Wells looks like he was bumped on Prizepicks. So another example, the 13.5 you're going to see. Look at Wells is at 14 even. Why is that? Prizepicks. So prior to recording this, Prizepicks actually had him at 13.52. I noticed. They're saying it's too likely he goes over. We got to move that line. Same concept. So the two plays you can still get on Prizepicks at the time of recording are the Harden rebounds and assists and the DeJounte Murray rebounds and assists. So at least I was able to get you two that will apply to Prizepicks here as well. I try to give you as many plays as possible that are high quality plays that apply to as many apps as possible. Let's reuse this lineup. Are all these still available? So at the time of recording, you can get all these on Betr still, which is awesome. Hopefully you can listen to this content and get these all in with me. So yeah, the last two, we got the Wells over 13.5 rebounds and assists. Once again, I would only play it at the 13.5 number. You can see he's been moved up to 14 even on Prizepicks, because Prizepicks has very advanced algorithms. They know all of these things that I'm discussing, these multi-million-dollar corporations. That's how Prizepicks sets their lines. Let's go ahead and type in Wells to the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer. You're going to see they're actually saying is under 10.5 points is the best prop at the time of recording. Let's type him into Underdog Fantasy, see if he's still available at the. So this is a good example. So he's available on Underdog, so I can bring in this live feed data to break down the process of all that's going into this prop. You can see he's at minus 125 on the over on FanDuel. He's actually listed up to 14.5 even on DraftKings, minus 135 on the over on Bovada. So he's favored at 13.5 in all these different markets. And DraftKings is a very smart company, very good at what they do. They set very sharp lines. They're actually moving him up to 14.5 and saying, you know, it's right around even money coin flip, whether he ends with 14 or 15. Slightly favored on the under, but point being, the edge is on the over at the 13.5, as you can see, because if you're able to capture it at that line, you're getting a 52.47% chance to hit. That's the same concept that I'm talking about for long-term profit. That's what we're doing, right? We're finding props with an edge, profitable player props. And then last but certainly not least, let's bring up DeJounte Murray for you guys, and then let's get out of here. Why is this a good play? You know, why is the DeJounte Murray under 14.5 rebounds and assists a good play? Which, once again, does look like it is available on Prizepicks too, which does make me happy. Because, once again, multi-million-dollar sports books, right? Let's type them in on the Prizepicks Optimizer. You can see a 53.74% chance to hit. This is a phenomenal prop. This is the best prop we've pulled up so far that's available on Prizepicks according to the Prizepicks Optimizer. Minus 133 on the under on Caesars, minus 135 on the under on DraftKings, minus 135 on the under on Bovada. We can once again type him into Underdog Fantasy as well, see if they have him listed. See, Underdog doesn't even have the prop listed. That's also another key indicator. It's a good prop when these player props apps take them off the board. Underdog Fantasy, Prizepicks specifically, very good at what they do. And then once again, Betr only bringing in 2 data points, or 3 data points, I should say, telling us it's a good play. We can get even more advanced with OddsJam. Bring in the sportsbook screen. Let's see what we got here for DeJounte Murray. And let's bring in his rebounds and assists. You're going to see, on average, what the market has him listed at here. See, the best possible place you can take this is on Prizepicks in a 5 or 6 pick flex at minus 119 implied odds. We're getting minus 121 on Betr picks, but once again, his average odds are at 14, essentially even odds across the market. So it's the same concept. He's favored at minus 128 and the over at 13.5 here on FanDuel. And he's favored aggressively on the under at minus 133 on the under on Caesars. So the market is telling us if you can get the 14.5 number, the edge is on the under. If you can get the 13.5, you want to be taking the over. This is a perfect example of getting the best possible edge you can get on whatever line you're getting on these apps, okay? Tons of different data points favoring us under 14.5. And he's barely favored on the over 13.5 in a lot of these. Like you can see, Twin Spires has him at 13.5, minus 120 in the over. It's like they're saying essentially he's going to end with 13. Like maybe if he gets lucky, he gets up to 14. So the fact that we're able to get the under 14.5, you know, some really good edge in that prop. So hopefully that makes sense. That's the same process that's going into all my plays, the same process that went into the last one that I brought up for you guys. It does look like Betr wanted to go ahead and log me out here, which always happens when I'm recording. So I'm going to on the fly log back in because that's what I do. And then we'll bring it up here for you guys. So this is what we got, man. This is the full 6 pick that I'm sharing with you for free. We got Sanguine under 15.5 rebounds and assists. McDaniels over 8.5 points. James Harden under 14.5 rebounds and assists. Zach Edey under 9.5 rebounds. Jaden Wells over 13.5 points and rebounds. And we got the DeJounte Murray under 14.5 rebounds and assists. Once again, I'm locked in myself. I send it over to VIP immediately, so I'm always backing my plays with my own money as much as they'll let me put down now, which is $50. It's important to me that these plays go well. Obviously, I would like to win money. I'd like to help you guys win money. Hopefully you enjoyed the content. If you did, it would be greatly appreciated if you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell on your way out the door. And once again, if you do want to get access to all my plays as soon as I play them, the VIP package is going to be where it's at. If you head on over to my YouTube community page, you're going to see all the different winners. I'm constantly posting updates on my community page, so you can see all that's going on over there. And I will have the link down below. It will be on Patreon. You'll see this page. You can purchase it. That'll give you access to my Discord, where I send all my plays as soon as I place them. I provide you with pivots, should lines bump and stuff. The industry is always changing. These apps are starting to move the props even faster, take them off the board, etc. So I'm adjusting my VIP package to help you. It's a lot more than just copying my plays, because if that's all that I provided you with over there, you'd be toast a lot of times because the plays change. Like you see in this content, when you watch it after, if the lines move up and down, I can't control that, but I can control what I can control and help you as much as possible. All right, so here's what we got. Read it, lock in. Sengun under 15.5 rebounds and assists. Jaden McDaniels over 8.5 points. James Harden under 14.5 rebounds and assists. Zach Edey under 9.5 rebounds. Wells over 13.5 points and rebounds. DeJounte Murray under 14.5 rebounds and assists. That's what we got. We're all locked in here. Thank you for watching, guys. Wishing you all the best of luck on your NBA player props tonight. And we will see you in the next one.